Hello and a warm welcome to TBC News. Our top stories. Nation mourns as President Samia pays tribute to Jenista Mhagama. Prime Minister directs urgent overhaul of Public Leaders Ethics Act. Good evening, I'm Faitha Ngaga. You can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TBC Online. Also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook and X pages at TBC Online. President Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan has sent a message of condolences to the Speaker of the National Assembly, Musa Azan Zungu, following the death of the Member of Parliament for Peramiho constituency, Jenista Mhagama, who passed away today in Dodoma. Here are more details.
In her message, President Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan described the late Jenista Mhagama as a diligent, humble, hardworking leader with a long history of serving the nation in various leadership positions within the government and the Parliament of the United Republic of Tanzania. President Samia extended her condolences to the members of Parliament, the family of the deceased, relatives, and the people of Peramiho constituency, praying that they be granted strength, patience and comfort during this difficult time. Furthermore, the Vice President, Ambassador Dr. Emmanuel Nchimbi, has described Mhagama as a respected leader who served the nation in various capacities. And the Prime Minister, Dr. Mwigulu Nchemba, says the late Jenista Mhagama was a leader who throughout her life was dedicated to every responsibility entrusted to her, ensuring that each duty yielded positive results.
In another development, President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, has received credentials from 5 newly appointed ambassadors in a ceremony held at Chamwino State House in Dodoma. Among the ambassadors who presented their credentials are the Ambassador-designate of the Republic of Angola, the Ambassador-designate of the Netherlands, and the Ambassador-designate of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Others include the Ambassador-designate of the Republic of Slovakia, a nation that has recently opened its embassy in Tanzania, as well as the Ambassador-designate of Namibia. Following the opening of Slovakia's diplomatic mission in Tanzania, our reporter Esther Deus has interviewed a diplomatic and political analyst, Majid Mjengwa, to examine what these new diplomatic relations mean to both countries.
Slovakia Republic, a small country in the Central Europe, has officially opened its embassy here in Tanzania for the first time. And today I'm joined by Majid Mjengwa, a diplomatic and political analyst that will take us through what does it really mean for Slovakia opening its embassy for the first time, the diplomatic, bilateral relations, the benefits that the two countries will benefit from each other. And back to you, Majid Mjengwa. Welcome to TBC News.
Thank you very much. It means a lot for both. It means a lot for both Tanzania and Slovakia. Now we have seen Bratislava, the capital of Slovakia, has turned its attention and focus to Tanzania. They know that they are going to benefit quite a lot, and for Tanzania as well. We have our diplomatic, economic diplomats. That's a focus for Tanzania, it's a strategy. So we have 3 areas that we are focusing quite much in Tanzania. Is in the area of trade, in the area of investment and tourism.
Talking about the area of investment and tourism, Slovakia is known as the Detroit of Europe due to its massive car production, information technology, tourism also, and automotive manufacturing. How can Tanzania benefit in having bilateral relation with Slovakia?
We invest a lot in the IT, in the high-tech, even in Tanzania. So a country like Slovakia, which has advanced quite a lot, we have a lot to gain from them as well. So when it comes to investment, that's the second area of focus for Tanzania. We are looking forward for Slovakian investors to come to Tanzania and invest. It means also creating job opportunities for young Tanzanians who are in the area of high-tech, IT. So the third area is tourism, tourist promotion. We know that people in the Central Europe, they are very much interested in traveling, seeing our Kilimanjaro and the Zanzibar. So this will make it possible for them to get visa and to have more focus, know about Tanzania through their embassy. So I think it's very positive for both countries, absolutely.
Yes, but we see for a country to open an embassy in another country, among the factors that are being looked upon is political stability. How do you talk about it for Slovakia deciding that we need to go and have a home in Tanzania?
Absolutely. If you look at the regions, not only Tanzania, the Great Lake regions, Tanzania is among the countries in the region that is really enjoying peace and stability. And for any investor, we talk about trade in this world today. To come to Tanzania as a tourist, as an investor, there are two things that you need to be guaranteed, peace and security. And we have that in Tanzania. Apart from what happened in a couple of weeks ago, but it has also shown Tanzania is a very stable country. It could raise again, and the business is going on as usual. So these are two major critical things for any investor, any country that want to establish relationship with Tanzania. And today, establishing a diplomatic relationship, it means doing business with that particular countries. And we have those two things, peace and security.
Thank you so much, Majid Mjengwa, for the impactful insights concerning Slovakia opening its embassy for the first time here in Tanzania. This is a call to other countries that would want to call Tanzania a second home. You're always welcome, and welcome back to you, Esther Deus, TBC News.
Thank you, Esther, for that interview. Prime Minister Dr. Mwigulu Nchemba has ordered an immediate review of the Code of Ethics and Asset Ownership Declaration for public leaders. The Prime Minister issued the directive while speaking with leaders and officials of the Secretariat of Ethics for Public Leaders in Dodoma, emphasizing that the declarations should also include officials in public offices who, due to their responsibilities, ought to be recognized as public leaders in order to seal loopholes for corruption during the execution of their duties. Here's a report by Mgongo Kaitira, read to you by Teddy Mparanyanga.
This being his third visit since he took the oath of office as Prime Minister, Dr. Mwigulu Nchemba begins this day here in Dodoma by visiting the Secretariat of Ethics for Public Leaders. In a meeting with the leadership of Ethics Secretariat, the issues of ethics and public leaders being accused in various matters, including unlawful ownership of assets, was highlighted.
Mwaka huu malalamiko 62 ya ukiukwaji wa maadili dhidi ya viongozi wa umma yamepokelewa na kuchambuliwa.
This year, a total of 62 complaints regarding breaches of ethics by public leaders were received and verified. Out of those complaints, 43 were related to the Public Leadership Ethics Act, while 19 did not fall under that law.
It is during the meeting that the Prime Minister ordered a swift review of the Public Leaders Ethics Act in order to eliminate corruption loopholes.
Wanaojaza ni viongozi wa umma. Hii inatengeneza mwanya.
Those filling out the reforms are public leaders. This creates a gap because the forms are completed fully by people who, in some cases, are not posted in areas that face major corruption challenges. And this continues every year. This issue must be reviewed.
After the conclusion of the meeting, the Prime Minister proceeded to Majengo Central Market in Dodoma to inspect the ongoing market improvements.
Ujenzi wake ulianza mwezi wa 3.
Construction began in March 2025 and was expected to be completed on March 5, 2026. But so far only about 25% of the work has been done.
Nimeelekeza ndani ya muda uliopangwa soko hili likamilike.
I have directed that the market must be completed within the allocated time frame.
A warning followed for those planning to sideline traders when the market is completed.
Wale waliokuwa wanafanyia kazi pale wapewe kipaumbele.
Those who were originally working there should be given priority because there is a recurring practice where once such markets are renovated, public officials allocate the spaces among themselves and then start renting them out to people who want to run businesses.
The Prime Minister concluded his impromptu visit by urging Tanzanians to continue safeguarding peace and unity while congratulating them for peacefully and calmly marking 64 years of independence of mainland Tanzania.
The president of Zanzibar and the chairman of the Revolutionary Council, Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, says the second phase of the 8th government requires speed in implementation, accountability, and effective management of responsibilities in order to achieve positive outcomes in serving citizens. President Dr. Mwinyi made the remarks while opening an introductory training program for senior leaders of the Revolutionary Government of Zanzibar at the IIT Madras campus in Fumba Urban West region. President Dr. Mwinyi outlined 6 key areas that senior government officials must prioritize as guiding principles for execution and oversight of duties within the institutions they lead.
Mafunzo haya ninayoyazindua ni muhimu katika kuimarisha uwezo wa viongozi wa juu.
The training I am launching today is essential in strengthening the capacity of senior leaders and those I have appointed at various levels. At this time, when Zanzibar is implementing different plans and strategies to boost the economy and promote good governance, leaders need new knowledge, modern techniques, and a broad understanding of how to implement government decisions, policies, and the proper use of our available resources, with the aim of accelerating government performance and achieving the results we expect.
Na kupata matokeo tunayoyatarajia.
The Minister of Information, Culture, Arts and Sports, Professor Palamagamba Kabudi, says in 2026 his ministry will prioritize strengthening public broadcasting as a strategic pillar for national development and cohesion, expressing that the government will invest heavily in modern media technologies to ensure public media institutions remain competitive, credible, and capable of reaching audiences across digital platforms while upholding national values. He made the remarks while speaking to my colleague Caroline Maleo in Dar es Salaam, whereby his father says the new administration will place strong emphasis on culture, arts and sports as key drivers of national identity and economic growth.
The Ministry of Information, Culture, Arts and Sports, we have a lot of plans on the way. One, for example, when it comes to the TBC, we would want now to make TBC to be strong regionally. And this is why one of the plans about TBC, we would want in the near future to have our external service, which means broadcasting in English the whole day, as it was in the 60s and 70s when we had the external service, but also when we had a radio station which was specifically dedicated to the liberation movements. So we want now to reach the world through shortwave. So for TBC, very soon prepare for TBC to also to have an external service, but also to make sure that TBC, the coverage of TBC covers the entire United Republic of Tanzania through medium wave, through FM, but also to capacity building in TBC. Technology is changing very fast. The world is dynamic. We would want to also to invest much more on human resource and human capital of TBC. When it comes to the Tanzania TSN, which they publish Daily News and the Habari Leo, Daily News and Sunday News and the Habari Leo, there actually is now to go to modern technology. So we are in the process of finalizing building our new printing unit, which will not only be printing newspapers, but also all sorts of materials, including packages and everything, so that actually it is able to supplement and augment the income of TSN, but also to go now to online. I mean, the world is going digital. We also need to move towards that direction, where you have the print media, but at the same time digital. When it comes to sports, we are continuing with the construction of stadiums, preparing ourselves for the AFCON 2027. This is the stadium in Arusha. The construction is going on very well, and I think by mid next year, the stadium will be complete, and we'll start constructing the other 3 stadiums, which will be used for exercises by the different teams coming. Here in Dar es Salaam, we'll be constructing new 3 stadiums at Leaders Club, Farasi, I think, and but also in Dodoma. We are constructing another big stadium in Dodoma, and all that. But what we are investing now is building of academies.
Palamagamba Kabudi, Minister of Information, Culture, Arts and Sport, speaking to my colleague Caroline Maleo. Now, today we begin the We Are Tanzania campaign, which will highlight key national issues in politics, the economy and culture. Let us now start by looking at the history of the nation and its struggle for independence. Here are more details.
Utanzania wangu ni muungano wetu na tofauti zetu zisibadilike tu.
Tanzania, an 8-letter word representing a nation that carries stories, legends, and a captivating and inspiring history for all who hear it. This is a nation that holds not only its own history, but also the history of the world. From the early human footprints of Laetoli to the tales of chiefs who ruled kingdoms across different eras, wielding traditional weapons as they confronted foreign colonizers who traveled great distances from their homelands to exploit Africa's resources. Chief Mkwavinyika Munyigumba Mwamuyinga, famously known as Chief Mkwawa of the Hehe, Mtemi Mirambo and Isika of Tabora, these are the examples of leaders who stirred emotions and inspired the spirit of resistance against colonial rule. Their determination was fueled even more by the Majimaji War, led by Kinjekitile Ngwale and Songea Mbano. After this came another great nation, what the English call the Great Nation: Julius Nyerere, Rashid Mfaume Kawawa, Abeid Amani Karume, Bibi Titi Mohammed, and many others. They worked tirelessly, stood on platforms, and used the language that united all tribes of Tanzania, Kiswahili, conveying one message: to demand independence through reason, not force, and without causing bloodshed. December 9, 1961, the flag is raised, majority rule takes power, and admiration spreads across the world that independence had been achieved through dialogue, not violence. This reputation is said to have contributed to Tanzania's influential voice in global diplomacy, from supporting liberation movements in Southern Africa to participating in major international decision-making bodies. This is Tanzania, the Tanzania of its people. We are Tanzania.
Utanzania wangu ni muungano wetu na tofauti zetu zisibadilike tu.
We Are Tanzania. That is a news segment that will be here on TBC News every day. Now, let's take a closer look at how communication in Tanzania has transformed from the early days of independence in 1961 to the digital age we live in today, from handwritten letters to smartphones and nationwide connectivity. Esther Deus reports.
When Tanzania gained independence in 1961, communication was slow, limited, and mostly accessible to government offices in few urban centers. Telegrams, postal letters, and landline telephones were the primary means of communication for reaching people across the vast country. In those early years, the National Postal Service, Posta Tanzania, played a crucial role. Letters traveled long distances, sometimes for days, even weeks, to connect families and businesses. The 1980s and 1990s marked the first major shift. Tanzania introduced radio and television broadcasting nationwide, giving citizens access to information faster than ever before. Stations like Radio Tanzania and Tanzania Broadcasting Corporation became trusted voices in homes across the nation. But true transformation arrived in the mid-1990s and early 2000s when Tanzania Communication Regulatory Authority, TCRA, was established by the Tanzania Communication Regulatory Authority Act 12 of 2003, and it officially became operational on 1st November 2003. Its founding merged two previous regulators, Tanzania Communication Commission, TCC, and Tanzania Broadcasting Commission, TBC. TCRA was created to be a unified, independent regulator for all major communication sectors in Tanzania due to the growth of communication sector. Companies such as Vodacom, Airtel, Tigo, and later Halotel revolutionized communication, making Tanzania one of the fastest growing mobile markets in East Africa. By 2010, mobile phones were everywhere, affordable, portable, and powerful. Social media platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram changed how people shared news, conducted business, and stayed connected. The arrival of high-speed internet and the expansion of the national ICT broadband backbone pushed the country into the digital era. Today, millions of Tanzanians use mobile money services like M-Pesa, Tigo Pesa, and Airtel Money, making communication and financial services more accessible than ever. According to TCRA, as of the September 2025 quarter report, more than 82% of the population uses internet in their daily lives. For many, the journey not only symbolizes technological progress, but a nation continuously adapting to a changing world. Esther Deus, TBC News.
Let us now head to Nairobi, Kenya, whereby Permanent Secretary, Vice President's Office, Engineer Cyprian Luhemeja says Tanzania has successfully conserved coral reefs through inclusive, community-driven approaches. He made the remarks during a panel discussion on harnessing science and indigenous knowledge to enhance resilience to climate change, held on the sidelines of the 7th session of the United Nations Environment Assembly, UNEA 7, in Nairobi, Kenya.
Advancing inclusive coral reef conservation in Tanzania, it means going beyond ecological intervention and ensuring that coastal communities, especially women, youth, small-scale fishers, and other marginalized groups, play a meaningful role in decision-making, management, and benefit sharing. Inclusive coral reef conservation can be advanced by ensuring that coastal communities, particularly marginalized groups, are meaningfully involved in decision-making and share fairly in the benefit. In Tanzania, inclusive coral reef conservation has been advanced by ensuring the following. 1, strengthening community rights and the co-management system. This has been possible through expanding and empower beach management units, collaborative fisheries management areas, by ensuring BMUs and the leadership in an inclusive set of women, youth, and the minority group.
In that regard, now let's have a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Do not miss TBC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates. Sports news up next. In sports news, Tanzania national team Taifa Stars midfielder Idi Nado says he will use the AFCON 2025 tournament in Morocco to promote himself so that he can get a chance to play in the international arena while helping Taifa Stars do well in the tournament. Nado added that if he gets a chance to play, he will play hard to show his level to help Taifa Stars win its matches while promoting his talent so that he can get a chance to play outside Tanzania.
Pata nafasi If I get the chance, I will make sure I present my country very well, and also my football career. As you know, AFCON is an important platform for us. It gives us different opportunities. So I'll make wonders as much as I can to ensure our country is performing well.
On that note, we're ending our news bulletin for tonight. I was your host, Faith Ngaga. Good night.